curious minds. I am the Turquoise teller, and this is my first video. Woohoo! Thank you so much for tuning in and watching and being a part of this magical moment of me entering into the YouTube realm. Anyways, this lovely deck of cards just arrived, and I wanted my first video to be an unboxing and a quick flip through of this deck. And I have been doing a lot of research, watching a lot of people that have gone through this path, and they have nearly all suggest to start with the Smith-Waite Tarot deck. And at first, I was like, no, I'm gonna go and find like a super fancy schmancy one. I don't like this, so I'm Middle Eastern, and I really didn't resonate with the super European aristocratic looking people of the deck. However, after doing a lot of research, there's a rhyme and reason behind everybody suggesting these cards as a startup deck. And also after research and listening to people, I realized that these cards were actually commissioned by Arthur Edward Waite, and they were illustrated by this person called Pamela Coleman Smith, also known as Pixie, artist, illustrator, and she is the one who designed the pictures of these cards, which is, I think, very, 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 very important. So I'm really, really glad to have found one deck that says Smith-Waite. Normally, I had seen Rider-Waite, but never Smith. So after I did all those research, I found out about Pamela Coleman Smith, and I'm really glad to find out a deck that actually has a Smith name in the front. So I will start unboxing this. So this is the Smith-Waite Tarot deck, Borderless edition. One of the reasons why I was resistant to getting this type of deck was the very, very bright yellows, which put me off for some reason. I'm a Leo. I don't know how it's putting me off. It's supposed to be like my color. To be fair, Leo sun, Scorpio moon, so I'm not sure. But that was one of the reasons. And one thing that was reviewed for this deck is that it was more muted colors, and obviously the image is a little bit larger, so hopefully it's easier to see and spot the signs and signals on it. And yeah, I thought that it could be a little bit of a different experience. I don't know, I really didn't like those really like plasticky looking Smith-Waite decks, so I thought I would start with this. I actually have another deck that I started out with, and it's called the Tarot of the Sacred Feminine, and I will make another video of that, of flip through, and why you should not, in my opinion, start with that deck. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, here we go. Just taking out the plastic, even the plastic with you lot. So if I can manage it, of course. Man, so difficult without nails. Thank you for sticking this far. Any hoopla. This is the lovely Smith-Waite Tarot deck, Borderless edition. No. Okay, I probably should not jiggle it. Okay, let's get to it. Let's open it. It's all nice and wrapped up for us. And this is like Indiana Jones trying to get to the treasure, like 5,000 plastic wraps. The cards are like, do you really want us? So, okay, whoo, we are there. So this is a nice, I would say, nice size. It seems to me a very regular size tarot deck. The back of it is quite, I wouldn't say matte, but it's not like super shiny, as you can see. And I really didn't like that whole blue back of the Smith-Waite cards that most had, really shiny, and they look like one of those 90s playing cards. And this back of the card, to me, is fantastic. I really, really like it. I really like the color. Very nice, soothing color, I would say. So it comes with this teeny tiny booklet, but better than nothing, right? It has an introduction. It tells us what there is. It gives us the keywords. And then it goes on to the minor arcana. Arcana? I call it Arcana, but I have no clue. The lesser Arcana, it says. Poor Arcana, it's called the lesser instead of minor. Anyways. So it looks very compact, pretty straightforward. And then it has a nice Celtic card spread explanation. And then it tells you how to do it. So useful? Yeah. I'd rather look at this than look online. So it has this card to start with, Smith-Waite Tarot deck, and then it has a couple of more extra cards that they've explained here. Okay, and those extra cards come at the front of the deck, and then we get to the juice. We start out with the Fool. And as you can see, the colors are not super bright, even though they're still like, whoa, yellow, but I think not too yellow. And I really like the borderless. The thickness of the card is pretty okay. It's not super thick. I might have preferred thicker, but probably that could cause problems in flipping. Which was the card that I actually picked today. As I said, I have another deck. Chariot. Strength. I really like it. The yellows are not burning my retina. The Hermit. Hanged Man, Hanged Person, Hanged Human. This lovely death card. Today I was talking to my partner and I said, oh, like yesterday I was picking a card for us and it was the death card and she had a little heart attack, but it's actually one of the most positive cards in a deck. The Tower was one that I drew today. The Star, I really like the drawings. They look a little bit like already worn out. You know, I don't need to go around trying to wear these cards. Yeah. But of course I will. I watched a video today, I will link it, that advised me to connect with these cards through reading with them only for the next 30 days. So I will do that. I originally ordered 3 other card decks that are more diverse, more inclusive. However, because of this whole situation with COVID-19, it's taken so long for them to get here that I had to yield and order this lovely deck. And I had not seen, we have moved on to the cups, and I had not even realized it. So the cups, the lovely cups, it does not say cups. I'm not sure if on the bordered version it says cups, but it just has the number on it, which I really like. It seems so limitless. I feel like I can connect the stories better. Like if I put 3-4 cards side by I could see how they're touching each other and connecting, you know, which I have heard and research is important. Okay, so these, we've moved on to the Pentacles, and we have a little bit more yellow. Pentacles, the suit of earth and of monetary and material things. I was watching a video that told a really nice story, like a very thorough story about the cards, and that they represent the 4 classes at the time that the deck was, illustrated. And it was actually very helpful for me to understand the story behind the cards. I really recommend everyone to go and research and read a little bit about the story of the cards and the reasoning behind the cards and their meanings. I still need to do lots of research and lots of reading. In all honesty, it's a little bit overwhelming, and that was one reason I have been putting off making this video, being like, no, I need to know more. And then I just thought to myself, you know what, I am not going to be able to start if I try to know it all, which can be a problem. So now we have switched to the swords. As we can see, the cards are a little bit bluer and a little bit airy, because swords represent the element of air. Yeesh, so many swords in one person. Poor human being. And then this nightmarish card that everybody's scared of. And then this lovely card. And here we have this one. And then finally sailing out to better waters, the 6 swords. I might be completely off track, by the way. I'm still at that stage of tarot and I need to look at the booklet. I don't feel like I can trust my intuition 100%, even though I have nearly always been an intuitive reader. So we're finishing the deck nearly. We are finishing the swords, the suit of swords. There's like this awesome like board game smell to it. Anybody out there is a smell person, likes the smell of old books such as myself, might be nice, you know. Tactile things and other sensory stimuli are also important, apart from visual satisfaction, which can be an initial factor in deciding about the cards. So we've now moved on to wands, which are the element of fire. And there, I think this is could just be me imagining, but I'm seeing more like orangey colors to it. And then there's this lovely person who's looking very hostile, in a very hostile way to the sticks, like, what are you guys gonna do to me? And then this. And in that video that was explaining the suits, the person who was explaining was saying how the wands are like a less aggressive tool or weapon than swords, and they can have multi-purpose. And I completely agree. You can rely on a wand, you can do magic with a wand, you can also poke a person, but you can use it for many different things in life. So we've gone through the whole deck. Like I said, it's a nice thickness. Like, I have very, very small hands. So me being able to hold this like this, it is a super positive aspect of the cards, I would say. And yeah, let's shuffle these Mama Jammas. Okay, so now it is time to shuffle these babies. And as I said, I have teeny tiny hands. I'm sure they're smaller, but I was a bit dubious as to like whether I'm going to be able to shuffle many decks, as they seem big, and I do like them. Like, I would rather prefer bigger decks, so I can see, I can like feel and hold it in my hand. It has this weight to them, but I was again worried that it might be a little bit too big for my hand. It's not. It's completely doable, and this is the way that I prefer to shuffle. I have, on that matter too, try to see how everyone else does it. They say that this might not give you the best shuffle, as in like best variation and best mixing of the cards. However, like this is how I used to do it. This is how I used to take, divide, and just shove like this through each other, which even with these cards, it's not even working, as you guys can see. And also, I thought that it was very damaging to the card, and in all honesty, this is more satisfying. Like, I get to throw the cards around and hear that whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I'm very auditory, and other sensory stimuli is very important for me, like the smell of the cards and the color of the cards and the texture of the cards. So if you're a little bit picky like me, I don't know, I really like the sound that these cards make. It's that nice, like nice thick kind of sound. So yeah, as I've said, I've heard that this might not give you the best mixing of the cards. However, I really think that after a while, the cards are so mixed. Whoops. Oh, three cards just hopped out. Let's see what they are. I am really big into the hopping card readings. Not big into, I just feel, I don't know, I feel this weird sensation in me that the cards wanted me to know something, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna look at it. So 3 cards jumped for us today. For whoever is watching this lovely first video, again, thank you so much for sticking with me. I hope we're all having a nice time and just learning and stuff. So I would say that these cards are pointing, sometimes I have difficulty kind of deciding. The cards are pointing technically towards the person that's being read right now, you guys. So right now, because I'm technically talking to myself, I am going to choose to interpret this towards myself. And I might actually use this little booklet. I will, however, as advised by many people, try it out first and see and describe what I'm seeing, and then kind of get a little bit of validation and or knowledge from the little teeny tiny book. Okay, the first card that came up is the World, and it's upside down. The World is, I want to say, the last card of the Major Arcana. Let's see. Yes! Good for me. To be honest, for example, this little booklet put the Fool at the last. However, normally, because it's 0, I would put the Fool first. and I guess it doesn't really matter either. However, the World, usually being as the last card of the major arcana, represents the end of a journey, the end of a cycle, the closing. The world has finally formed, you know? It's come to fruition, whatever we set out to do. There are the four, I don't know whether they're elements, I don't want to say. There's a bull here, there's a lion, there's an eagle, I want to say, and then there's a guy. So I have no clue what this guy has to do with anything after all these animals. As I said, I really want to read more because I'm very sure that these are symbolisms of something. They're not just like scattered there, like this artist didn't just think, oh, like lion would be pretty, you know. Everything, every little like color and detail has a meaning and a reason. So this lovely The World card is with this person in the middle. To me, this person has a very content facial expression. They did it, they've completed it, it's all done and all good. So the meaning behind having it reverse could be that there might be some setbacks. And considering the energy in the air these days, the way that the 2020 has been going, I wouldn't be surprised. So I would say let's stay on track. Let's try to stay uplifted. I would say it's a card that signals us possible setback, and I always like to wrap it up with a little advice that the card might give us, which would be to not give up and not despair, basically. Especially these days, I think it's very, very important. Let's see what the little booklet is telling us. It says here that it's inertia, fixity, stagnation, permanence. So stagnation, permanence, so kind of being near the end, but look just coming to a halt. Our second card that hoppity hopped is the Seven of Cups. So cups are, and it's reversed by the way, because it's towards me. Cups are the element of water, of emotion, of fluidity, of intuition. And Seven of Cups is when it's upright, it's basically what I would say is abundance of choice. There's so much to choose from. There's this person here, there's spiritual awakening, I would say, that this is my interpretation of it. There's snake, which some people might interpret negatively, but I would say it's a dark and spiritual animal. I love snakes. And then there's a castle, there is riches, this is a treasure, I think, and there's a little lovely little, I don't know what this is called actually. I would say it's one of those that people used to put on their heads, and then there's like a little dragon. So it's a lot of choice, and this person is like, oh my god, what am I gonna choose? So it's normally can be interpreted as an abundance of choice. There's a lot to choose from. However, being it reversed, I would say that this might be time of the life of a person when there is actually an abundance of choice, but the abundance actually brings the confusion. There's so much to choose from. I can do this, I can do that, I can be this, I can be that, which I don't know to like any of you all, but it has been happening to me. What is my calling? What do I need to do with my life? A lot of questions and a lot of the possibility these days to choose to be, to question. And that might, especially nowadays that we're all kind of going through this time where we're like, who am I? What is my place in the world? I think this could be one where we're a little bit confused and we're a little bit, which cup do I want to pick? And just that confusion and kind of that not wanting to pick the wrong thing and having too many options, in my opinion. let's see what this little bookletine says. Desire, will, determination, project. Interesting. See, like I said, I might sometimes be completely off track. So according to this little booklet, it says desire, will, determination. As I said, because I read intuitively, to me this is like, whoa, intuition. What the heck happened? Anyways, might be that this is my journey that I'm seeing here. Completely possible, and it could be your journey. It could be what I'm seeing for whoever is watching right now. Okay, let's continue our reading. The last card is 8 of Cups. Interesting, 7 and 8. It might be that, as I said, the shuffling method that I used might not be allowing me for a full mixing of everything, seeing as these cards are new. And also could choose to trust the card's interpretation and moving on from 7 till 8. And while still reverse, I would say it looks more of a journey. This person has set up those cups, just made all that effort, and basically to me it seems like he just said, you know what, it's not worth it. He's continuing forward basically. And probably it being reversed, I would say, is a message to not give up. There are 8 cups here, and the reverse is saying to continue on with the cups, this little cup castle that this person was building. Let's see though what our little booklets is going to say. Great joy, happiness, feasting. So a very good sign. Completed together, all of this completed together as one picture. So it might be, or it might have been, a time of some stagnation, some halt in the process that we are making, and followed by abundance of choice and therefore confusion, like what am I going to pick? Having a lot on your hands, having a lot of projects, which then moves on to happiness, contentment. So I would see this as a very nice journey, with the world being at the epicenter of the reading, being it from the major arcana. So what we can focus on the world and the stagnation, and this journey through becoming more fluid, through kind of letting go. To me, this signals that things are progressing from 7 till 8, even though it might seem like a stagnation, a stopping point. And there is hope and happiness and contentment at the end of things. Would be my interpretation of this lovely reading and lovely cards. Yeah, in my opinion, it's a nice set of cards. The shuffling is nice. The cards are nice. I like that it's matte. I would say it's matte. It's a matte finish. It's not bright at all. Overall, I really like it. And after all my readings, I like to cleanse the tarot card so that the energy that we just had with the reading is still not holding on, is still not there. It's good to go for our next reading. And there are many ways to do this. I like to do it, some people like to do it with crystals, and I will try. I think I would like to try. It's just that I do not possess any crystals right now. I didn't want to go and get a bunch of crystals. I think I'm gonna take this journey a little bit slower, focusing on the tarot aspect of things first and foremost. So I like to cleanse my cards and get them ready for the next reading. Thank them also for giving me this reading, showing my appreciation. And there are many ways to do this cleansing, as I have searched. One way is through smoke, basically, which I believe would be a cross between the fire and air elements. In any case, it's a good way to thank and clean the cards. And that's what we're gonna do today to finish off this session. I want to again thank you for coming to my channel. Again, I'm the Turquoise Teller, and today was my first video, and hopefully it was my birthday and I managed to upload it on my birthday. So yeah, I just pass my card through the small thinking, or even saying. Sometimes I say to the cards, thank you for providing me with this reading. Thank you for providing me with this insight into whatever energies are floating around me, around us as a collective. I let the cards bathe in smoke, send lots of love and gratitude to them. And that usually concludes my session. And all in all, I really like these cards. I like how they hold, how heavy they are. I like the borderless version. I really like the borderlessness of it. And thank you for listening and seeing and coming and participating in this wonderful new beginning. And hope to see you soon. Please subscribe. I'm going to try my bestest to put videos every Wednesday, because Wednesday is my day. Witchy Wednesdays. Okay, I don't know. Let's not get too caught up. Anyways, thank you for this, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your journey.